Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for WLBT Plus. My name is Kara Shirley. I'm your digital news desk host, and it is Monday, the 7th of April. It was a good weekend. We had some rain in the area, some storms that moved through, but all in all, it was a pretty good weekend that brought us some cooler temperatures. I'm not too happy about the cooler temperatures, but I'm not going to complain too much about them because we are going to be warming back up, especially as we all know, the later we get, we're going to be begging for these cooler temperatures pretty soon. I'm pretty sure about that. So before we jump into the news today, well, first, let me thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching on our website, WLBT.com, or through our mobile app, we do appreciate you tuning in. And if you're watching on our social streams, TikTok, not TikTok, but Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in there as well. Let me know where you are watching from, because you can always leave your comments and thoughts, suggestions, questions, anything like that in the comment section on our social stream. So yeah, just let me know where you are tuning in from. I would appreciate it. So let's go ahead and take a look outside right now over downtown Jackson. It's a little cloudy out there. We look over the capital city, clouds in the sky, but we are not expecting any rain chances today. And like I said, as the week goes on, those clouds are going to be gone, and it is going to be really a beautiful week with no expected severe weather next weekend so far. Seems like the past couple of weekends, maybe even more than just the past couple, we've had those threats of severe weather. So it looks like we're going to be having a clear weekend ahead of us. No severe weather, no rain coming in our way. Not really looking at it till next week. We're going to look a bit more at the forecast in just a little bit. And then, of course, our first alert weather team will be in here at 2:30 today to give you a in-depth look at the beautiful weather that we are expecting over the next few days here in our area. We'll go ahead and jump into the news now, where a tragic thing happened yesterday here in Jackson. A double homicide investigation is underway now after two people were found dead in South Jackson. Um, so Jackson police tells us that the shooting happened in the 1100 block of McDowell Road, and this happened around 3:30 yesterday afternoon. A disturbance was reported at a home. I'm going to show you real quick where McDowell Road is. Let me get this pulled up on the camera. On the screen for you. So this is the approximate location of where the incident occurred. Again, it was 1100 McDowell Road. So this red square here is the approximate location. And if we zoom out, you can see where it is in conjunction with downtown Jackson, about the area. So here to the left of your screen, left bottom of your screen, is McDowell Road, where the incident occurred. And this is approximately the downtown Jackson area and the yellow area of the screen. So again, they tell us that they responded to a disturbance around 3:30 yesterday afternoon at a home. JPD says that 36-year-old Javaris Anderson got into an altercation with a 33-year-old Kerry Frost Jr. Then he ended up shooting and killing him. He then went next door to try to get the woman who lived next door to hide him, to let him hide out from the police there. When she refused, her name is Tiffany Johnson. She was 37 years old. JPD says that after she refused, that's when he ended up shooting and killing her as well. So Anderson, here's a picture of Anderson on the screen for you. This is Anderson, Javaris Anderson, 36-year-old, the suspect. He has been charged with double homicide in the incident that happened yesterday. And of course, JPD Police Chief Joseph Wade was there, and we heard from him.
And I've been around 30 years. I've been with JPD since 1995. This is my 30th year, and I've never heard of a situation where you go to the house next door to where you just killed someone and take their life because they didn't want to hide you out. When do we lose our humanity? When do we lose our compassion?
So again, here's the individual on your screen, Javaris Anderson, who was arrested. He was denied bond today in his initial court appearance. JPD says they also found 2 stolen cars there at the scene, and they're working to try and find out if those stolen vehicles are related to the shooting that happened. And this morning in, I believe in McGee area, a person was injured after a truck and a school bus collided on Highway 39. So, according to McGee Police Department, it happened on the highway near Industrial Park Drive. A Simpson County school bus and a truck collided, which ended up resulting in the driver of the truck being entrapped inside the vehicle. Now, Simpson County School District says that one student was on board the bus, but that the student and the school bus driver thankfully did not sustain any serious injuries. The truck driver who was entrapped was taken to McGee Hospital with undisclosed injuries, and McGee police officers are investigating the cause, what caused them to crash. As soon as they update us, we will pass that information along to you. And the mayor of Vicksburg is declaring a state of emergency in response to river levels rising following the storms over the weekend. Let's see if I can pull up our sky cam of the river walk there in Vicksburg so you guys can see. And if you look at this frequently, or I look at it frequently, you can really tell that the water levels are up. Here it is, our river walk camera over the Mississippi River. So the levels are projected to reach 48 feet by this upcoming weekend. Mayor Flaggs and the emergency management director of Warren County, John Elfer, they're monitoring the conditions. Vicksburg Public Works Department will now begin installing the flood wall as a precautionary measure. And they say that they are taking the necessary steps to stay ahead of the situation to ensure the safety of the residents. This was said in a release by Mayor George Flaggs Jr. So if you were in the Vicksburg area, just be aware of that. Be aware of the water levels, especially if you live near the Mississippi River over there. Hopefully there is no flooding that happens. Hopefully this wall that they put up, the flood wall that they put up, will prevent any type of flooding or anything to happen to any residents or any homes there. But that state of emergency was declared today. And we're going to move to Florence now, where in Florence, Fire Chief Richard Wilson tells us that firefighters ended up battling 2 different fires over this weekend. So here is one of them on your screen here. This one was on Eaglewood Drive when lightning ended up hitting this house. Chief Wilson says that when the fire crews arrived, the home was fully engulfed with flames coming through the roof. Thankfully, no injuries were reported there. And then the second fire that happened, Chief Wilson told us about, was at the Copart sales lot on Highway 49. So Copart is a reseller of totaled cars from insurance companies. I said there were several different sections of cars in the lot. One of those sections caught fire. Several cars were damaged in the fire. And the Florence Police Department is investigating the cause of the fire. When they give that information to us, again, we will pass it along to you. And another fire broke out Saturday evening in the Bentonia Community Fire. Their fire department was actually ruined in this fire. This happened in Saturday evening, and the flames were battled into the early part of Sunday morning. So this here, let me get this pulled up. This is the scene here. This is what it looked like when we arrived there on scene. Multiple agencies from Yazoo, Flora, Pocahontas were assisting to contain the fire and trying to save other neighboring buildings in the community there. So we're unsure of the exact timing of when it started, but a volunteer from the fire department tells us that it was between the hours of 4 and 5 p.m. We are told that the building was a total loss, but they do, of course, intend to rebuild.
We've lost all of our trucks in this. We've lost our gear, our equipment. And it's a volunteer department, so everything we get, we raise money through fundraisers and stuff. And so to have this type of a loss is just it's tragic. It's tragic for the department and for the community. Bentonia strong. We will rebuild. You know, it may knock us down for a little bit, but we will come back stronger and better.
So she also owns a business that is right next to the fire department. And here's what she had to say about her business.
It's heartbreaking. It's devastating. This is like I said, it's our community fire department, and I own the business next to it. It's a hair salon and gift shop. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in both buildings. In the community, our fire department does a lot for the community around here, and it's just really devastating to see for that loss.
So the cause of the fire is still under investigation, and as soon as we find out what caused it, we will pass that information along to you. And then there is new details that have been released regarding the medical helicopter crash that happened in Madison County last month. The three passengers on board, 2 flight nurses, and the pilot were all killed in the tragic accident that happened. So, of course, it happened on March the 10th near the reservoir in the Natchez Trace Parkway. The National Transportation Security Safety Board says a flight risk assessment had been completed prior to the flight, and the flight was actually classified as low risk. So the last transmission from the chopper was a flight nurse saying that they were attempting an emergency landing in a field and that the controls were not working properly. The NTSB will continue its investigation into this for several more months. When it first happened, when they first came on the scene and talked to us, they said that a preliminary report, which is what we received, what we're just talking about, should be released within 30 days as it was, and that the final report of what actually caused the helicopter to come down could take anywhere between 12 to 24 months to release. So as soon as we receive that, could be a while, but as soon as we receive that, and we'll let you know what happened, what they say in their report, what caused the helicopter to come down. And a judge has thrown out the defamation suit that was filed against Mississippi Today and others by former Governor Phil Bryant. So a Madison County Circuit Judge dismissed the suit, citing, quote, reasons set forth in the briefs submitted by defendants. The former governor and First Lady Deborah Bryant filed suit against the nonprofit corporate owner of the online news publication and CEO Mary Margaret White back in 2023. And it claimed the publication had slandered him in its coverage of the state's TANF welfare scandal. So Phil Bryant has said that he does plan to appeal the ruling in this. So we're going to keep following it. And as updates come in, as updates come in, we're definitely going to update you on it and let you know what's going on. Before we jump into looking at our weather real quick, let's hear from our sponsors at Jackson Water.
Time for a neighborly tip from Jackson Water. Is it okay to pour fats, oils, and greases down the drain if I run hot water?
No!
What if I run the garbage disposal?
No!
How about if I use dish soap at the same time?
No!
Instead, hang on to a few containers to store and toss old cooking fat and grease once you're done. Jackson Water. Water for all the time.
And again, thanks to Jackson Water for sponsoring WLBT Plus. We do appreciate them very, very much. Let's look at our forecast right now. Let's look at the temperatures that are outside currently. And you can see we are sitting very cool. To me, it's very cool. Sitting in the 50s, mid 50s, Carthage showing it's being 49 compared to what we have been experiencing the past several days, a couple of weeks. these are some very cool temperatures, but they are going to be rising. Let's look at our radar real quick. You can see we don't have any rain in the area and not really expecting any rain over the next 12 hours. We're going to be dropping down into the mid 40s in the overnight hours. But if we look at the next 7 days, you can see where those temperatures are coming back up. The sun is coming back out, and it is going to be very seasonable and very pleasant outside. So we're looking at 70s tomorrow, but by the time we reach Thursday, up into the 80s. And as you can see, no forecast of rain this weekend. So if you have plans this weekend, it's the perfect weekend to have plans. Don't have to possibly cancel them or anything else for rain. We're going to have a great weekend here. So I'm looking forward to that. Well, there was a couple of community organizations that got together over this past weekend and hosted. There were several events that were hosted this weekend, but we're going to tell you about a couple of them. Some local community leaders around here put on their dancing shoes and showed off their best move Saturday to raise money for a good cause.
Time for a neighborly tip from Jackson Water.
I apologize for that. I hit the wrong button. There we go. Here I am. So the Dancing for the Stars fundraiser. There we go. I got the right video up for you now. The Dancing for the Stars fundraiser is showcasing the dance skills of some very familiar faces over the weekend. Some of the participants included Dr. Justin Turner, Representative Fabian Nelson, Capitol Police Chief Bo Lucky, and comedian Rita Brent as a guest judge there. Organizers said the goal of the event was to help young artists in underserved communities. And let's hear from some of the dancers.
It's so important to our youth in the nation. You know, we're seeing an uptick in criminal activity younger and younger these days. And what this type of organization does is they allow for our youth to have more access and opportunity to the arts.
And so the community also got a chance to make some lasting impact through sponsorships and donations. We had an event similar to this where I'm from in Meridian. Dancing for Cause is what it's called. My husband and I got to participate in it one year. Let me tell you what, it's no joke. Ball dancing is no joke. It is hard. It is hard to do. So shout out to all of those that participated in the Dancing for the Stars on Saturday. Looking here at our chats here, Miss Sandra Cagle is watching from home today. Hey, Miss Sandra, how are you? Oh, nope, I'm sorry. You're watching from work. You asked me how I was doing. I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Miss Annette here says prayers for Vicksburg that she's visited many times, even as a child. Beautiful city. And I agree. It is a beautiful city. And Miss Annette also says that you're expecting snow in Chicago tomorrow. Bless you. That's all I have to say is bless you. I am not a fan of the snow at all. I like Mississippi snow because you get it for like a day, maybe two, and then the temperature is going to warm up and it's all going to melt. So Mississippi snow is okay, but y'all got serious snow up there in Chicago. But appreciate you watching again for sure. And let's talk about another event that happened on yesterday with the Salvation Army. They held their 28th annual soup competition, which featured soups from restaurants across the state. I actually got to be there yesterday. It was a lot of fun. So dozens of people bought tickets and made their way through a soup line that featured 26 different choices. Celebrities, which I don't know if you would call us all celebrities, but the celebrities like WLBT's own Maggie Wade was there serving. Angela from Studio 3 was there serving as well. I was there serving. Lots and lots of local celebrities were there serving. Hinds County Sheriff Tyree Jones, State Senator John Horn was there, and all of the proceeds from that event go to the Salvation Army and to the many, many ministries and areas that they serve here in Jackson.
The Salvation Army does so much more. And we have so many more different programs. We have the homeless shelter that we have a food pantry that always needs food. We have so many different things, and the proceeds will go to help everything that the Salvation Army does right here in the Jackson area.
So, of course, the soup was the main course, but there was also cakes and pies that were there available for dessert. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun getting to be out there and help out the Salvation Army by serving soup. I had a smoked chicken tortilla soup. That's what I was serving. Unfortunately, my soup didn't get all the votes. There was other people there. You were able to vote on your favorite soup, and there was 3 other winners. I'm not going to even try and say because I will say wrong, but congratulations to those. And I hope I get to be a part of it again next year. It was a lot of fun. I can tell you that. It's always a fun time getting to get out and contribute to the community and pay it forward and do good for others, even if it's in a small way by just ladling some soup into a bowl. So, well, guys, that is going to be it for WLBT Plus today. I will be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And of course, 2:30 today, our first alert weather team will be here to look at the beautiful forecast that we're going to have. Thankfully, weather-wise is going to be kind of a boring week, but you still want to know some details. So they're going to be able to give you those details at 2:30 today. I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful day, and goodbye.